you about somebody who has been feeling quite stuck and like they don't have a lot of options. So feels like kind of survival mode, or I just have to work or keep, trying to get towards what it is that I need. But it feels like there's a lack of purpose or connection to others. We have the Ghoul. In shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. And we also have the Banshee card. All I can hear was a warning scream. Ignoring the signs won't make me free. So it feels to me like we have somebody who has been avoiding making a change. It could be needing to quit a job, needing to break up with someone, or making some new friends. But this is someone who, because it refers to isolation, is probably more so dealing with some inner demons or some things that they need to deal with, such as forgiveness or self-awareness. And because they haven't, they're kind of stuck in this almost like purgatory. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. And I just added the link for my candle shop on Etsy. So if you're interested in getting some better for the environment and better for you candles, you can find it there. I think we'll start with the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have about this ghoul? What else? We have the Hanged Man in the reverse with the Queen of Swords. Someone who has perhaps taken a long time to understand some truth or accept some truth. And with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, realize that they have kind of put themselves in a situation where they can't make the money that they need, or they have maybe even spent too much time at a job or within a community. So it could be that we have a willingness to accept that even if the main reasons this person feels like they're dealing with lack are external, that maybe they have the ability to remove themselves from that situation and have a better go of it. What else? Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So if I've gotten everything that I can out of this situation, out of this, job or this relationship, then maybe it's on me to take that step and walk away from what's not working, or move towards a situation that would be better for me. With the Four of Wands in the reverse, I do feel like this is either saying leaving a location or leaving a person. Hey Hooks, how's it going? Hello Janovic, how you doing today? We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hermit. Okay, like I said, someone who's realizing maybe I need to go within and realize that I'm associating with people that might be best left in the past, or that I've been in a relationship for longer than I should have been, and I should have kind of realized that the writing was on the wall. A departure. We might see the Eight of Cups. This isn't where I'm supposed to be, or this isn't the person that I'm supposed to be with. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Sun. Enlightenment. Don't be too harsh or critical. You might be tempted to kind of blame yourself on all the things that may have been a little bit more complicated because of your delay or feeling stuck. You might have felt like, finances have gotten so bad you don't know how you're going to deal with it. But this is not going to help you. The negative thoughts will not help you. So I feel like with this Sun card, we have something that changes for you. And it might seem like a relatively small detail, but because you are leaning into that right direction or that change in behavior or walking away from a group of people or a relationship, all of a sudden it starts to seem a little bit more doable to make those changes happen. Hey James, how's it going? I hope your day gets better, Hooks. We've got 5 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So this association in your life, whether it's that job or social community or a relationship, this has had enough time to impact you that it's left you a little bit vulnerable to other people's energy. So that means if other people are messing up, you have to deal with cleaning up that mess when it's really not your karma to begin with. 4 of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like you start to acknowledge that maybe this is not the right thing anymore, or maybe it's time to walk away. Let's get a few from, we'll go with the Gold and the Normand. What else do we have? Number 33, the Key. Number 13, the Girl. So this isn't something that should make you be thinking too much about gender. This is talking about innocence or a fresh start. So I think we have someone identifying that the right path forward or the resolution or the right fix to the current problem is that key. So that could talk about access, right? Does somebody who has proven themselves untrustworthy deserve to have access to you? Do you live with somebody that you feel like you can't trust, right? There's a change here because you realize that something new would be better than the something current. Hello, Spyro. How are you doing? I will be doing the general reading for the first 30 to 35 minutes, but you can always get, well, generally always. I suppose there are some times where I have to do a shorter reading, but if you tip or donate, including donating a membership, then I add your name to a list and do those questions for you. So we've got the Tree and the Path. There's mental, like there's processing and introspection happening and an acknowledgement that if I take a different path or if I choose a different situation for myself, it'll like alleviate some of the stress or the frustrations that I'm dealing with. And it could be very closely tied to who am I spending time with and who am I, you know, letting into my energy? Who do I, you know, let influence the path that I'm on? This is the Santa Muerte. What else do we have? 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Cups in the reverse. So you are in, if this reading is for you, there's been some sort of lack of stability or even financial difficulty, especially because we had the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. And it is connected to this King of Cups in the reverse. Now, for some of you, this is saying you have some responsibility to deal with some forgiveness or some frustrations from your past that you just kind of let simmer. For others of you, this is talking about your ability to walk away from people who have this King of Cups in the reverse energy, people who are not willing to be considerate and emotionally mature, right? Hello, Bumblebees. The general reading is not paid, of course, but after the general reading, I do personal questions with priority to those who tip or donate. Hey, Elmira, I'm going to remove your comment. It seems a little bit antagonistic, and encourage you to be a little bit more positive in the live chat. Otherwise, I'm sure there might be some other videos for you out there. What else do we have? We have the 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. feeling like there's a need to take some sort of opportunity and run with it, except that maybe this is like where the end pivots, or it's time for you to choose something different. But I do think that this conversation with somebody is a little bit concerning for you. How do I tell this person, whether it's a boss or, you know, a coworker or a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend, like how am I going to tell them I'm like looking to leave? I'm looking to like head out, you know? Hello, Tom. How are you doing? Hello, Tiana. What's going on? Of course, I just told you how to do it. Tiana, I hope you aren't getting crazy snow like we are. So we've got the sun. And we had that earlier too, right? And the Two of Cups. Acknowledging that there is a connection here. It could be best friends. It could be someone that you actually are in love with. But it's an acknowledgement that maybe this has been toxic. Maybe this hasn't really been the right kind of connection. Or maybe it has kept you kind of stuck, right? Hi, Spyro. I have my email address in the description box for you if you're looking for a longer form private reading. Hello, Nelson. I hope you're having a good day. Nice to see a fellow Pisces. Hello, Lissa. How are you doing? Or is it Melissa? Sorry. What else? We have the Six of Swords, the Six of Cups in the reverse, and the Three of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I think we have someone traveling or moving away. Moving on to the next chapter, acknowledging that there's friends or romantic interests that may have kept you stuck in repeating behaviors that are a little bit less mature than you actually are. People who aren't interested in the growth and development that you are. That King of Cups in the reverse kind of energy, right? The, yeah, I probably did do that, but whatever. You don't seem to get along with these folks the way that you used to. And it's because you're growing and apparently they aren't. So we have this desire to resolve the problem and get into a better environment. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, this is somebody doing some research. Where can I find a new place to live? Do I need to find a different job? Do I need to communicate that, you know, I'm going to move out in 30 days? We have the Two of Wands, planning, Ace of Swords, a decision, communication, and King of Swords. Somewhat, I feel like this is just like, I'm standing up for what I want. I know this isn't what I want anymore. And even though there's probably someone who's going to get a little bit uppity or a little bit upset, oh well. That's just kind of how life is sometimes. I can't let that keep me stuck here, right? All right, let's see what else we've got. This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. Hey, Sayer, how are you doing today? Oh, well, welcome back, Melissa. Thank you, Magatu. What else do we have? We have the Ace of Crystals or the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Two of Jars or Two of Cups in the reverse, and another King of Cups in the reverse. Remember I was saying that's like the energy of the people you're like, I just don't think I really need that in my life. They're just making things more complicated for me, right? So we have another King of Cups in the reverse, and it's paired with the Two of Cups in the reverse, which talks about a breakup or an ending. I know that this isn't where I want to be, or I don't feel like I can trust these friends or this partner of mine. So the only thing I can really do, I mean, you can't really like convince someone to be trustworthy, right? You either are or you're not. You feel like the only thing you can really do at this point is decide to go elsewhere. Have a different start. Have a good run. We've got the Empress in the reverse, the Two of Wicks or the Two of Wands, and the King of Pentacles or King of Petals. Six of Wands in the reverse. I love this because the Two of Wands from the Santa Muerte that I just pulled, talking about planning, is clarified by the Two of Wicks or the Two of Wands. And it really does seem to me like we have somebody who's taking seriously, this is what I've decided, this is what I need to do for myself. I want to make sure that I choose the right environment or that I move in the right direction. I want to make sure that I'm no longer dealing with that kind of toxic social situation or toxic living situation. So I need to make sure that I'm looking for this King of Pentacles energy. Am I dealing with somebody who is stable? Am I dealing with somebody who pays their rent? Am I dealing with a job opportunity that has some future to it and some job security? Or am I going to end up feeling in a short time like I've just traded one sense of failure for another? This is someone who's being very deliberate and looking at all the details to make sure that they choose the right spot for their next chapter. Aw, hello Zats. I have heard that that happens. Yep. Turn off notifications and turn back on usually helps. So we've got the Ace of Petals or Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess in the reverse, and the Emperor. Yeah. I can't grow if I'm surrounded by people who don't seem interested in that. I can't expect the opportunities that I want in life if I am staying in a place that makes me feel like I'm stuck. So the only choice I really feel like I have is to make a big change. This Emperor energy is someone saying, okay, I know it's time to put in my 2 weeks notice, or I know it's time to break up with that person. I know it's time to find a new place to live. Hello, Eileen. How are you doing? Hello, Bradley. How's your day? We have the Star and the Teacher. I do think that a new place is calling your name, even if it's just moving to a different apartment, 10 blocks away. There is somebody there that I think you're going to encounter in that new neighborhood, new city, new state, whatever it is. And this is somebody that you're going to be very appreciative that you have that connection, because they help you to discover something or they help you to understand something better. This could even be a new romantic interest, but it's someone who listens to their intuition and doesn't get toxic. Works through their problems, communicates, their feelings. And so I feel like you have this kind of like, wow, I don't know how to deal with this moment when you meet this new person, because it's like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, wait, so you're just like an honest person? You just like have good intentions and like you want to be like a good friend or a good partner to me? Hold on, I don't know what to do now. Because I'm used to like looking out for problems, or I'm used to realizing I have to like dial it back a little bit, right? Hello, Vic, how you doing? Oh, thank you, Zaz. Let me write that down for you real quick. Advice about new Saggy. And that you just started chatting with. I got you. Thank you for the tip. All right, let's get a different tarot deck for you all. This is the Weird Cat Tarot. Not a problem. We can see why. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse. Five of Cups. Remember that we had the King of Swords come out in the upright too, regarding somebody that maybe you had a friendship or a relationship with. Three of Cups in the reverse. I think there's going to be someone who's quite upset to see or hear that you have left, or that you are moving out, or that you are starting a new chapter. And this King of Swords in the reverse is kind of giving, I'm going to throw a little bit of a temper tantrum. I don't think you should be making that change. I think you're going to regret it. But to be honest with you, I don't know if this person's actually saying this to your face. I feel like this is someone that you've already decided that you're not interested in connecting with. So it's almost like you tell someone that you're moving, or you leave them a letter and you say you've already moved out. And this person is like cursing the air around the letter that you left, as opposed to actually saying it to your face. But this is someone who feels like you are abandoning what you have with them in order to go chase some dream. And they feel like you left them out of their plans and should have included them. Instead, you broke up with them. It's like, we've been dating for 3 years and it's senior year in high school and we have to pick colleges and we're supposed to pick the same college so that we can continue to date. And then one person is like, actually, no, I'm going to go to the school that you didn't get into. This is frustration and anger because, like, I thought I was going to be included in your life, and here you are walking away and I'm still here. 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups in the reverse, 4 of Cups. So now I feel like I've been rejected. Now I feel like I'm not really important to you. Temperance in the reverse, Death, and the 7 of Wands. I think you choose the right time to end this connection. I think you've realized, or you already, a while back realized, that this is somebody who was not willing to do right by apologies, accountability, communication. There seemed to be too many things that were not aligned, or were not operating like a well-oiled machine. And it's not your responsibility to teach people how to be respectful to you, right? You can, at least not repeatedly. I feel like you already communicated to this person, this is what I need, or this isn't working, and now they're upset because they didn't actually address any of the things that you told them. All right, let's get a few from the Burning Heart Love Oracle. Hello, Gavin. How are you doing? Hello, Ruben. What's up? Thank you, Joaquin. What else do we have? Hello, Lotus. How's your day going? Yes, that's true. So we have, I was selfish and stuck in my ego. You tame my demons. So this is part of what I'm talking about. If you think of the Strength card, we have a lion that's being tamed by a beautiful woman. And while you might not have a lion on hand and you might not have tamed one, this is represented in that way to demonstrate somebody who tames their own demons, right? You have control, you have self-control. So you're not out here making a bunch of mistakes and ruining your life, right? This is someone who expects you to make them feel like they need to do the right thing. When in reality, they need to just kind of acknowledge that maybe that's their own responsibility and they don't need, at this point in their life, to be parented. You are not someone's father. You are not someone's mother. If you are trying to date them, you shouldn't be responsible for taming their demons. They need to take that responsibility on themselves, right? I'm holding on to the memories of us. They're worried that there won't be any additional memories that they can add to this collection that they have. I need to work on myself. I'm trying to clear my head. So maybe they've realized now that it's not fair to expect you to do the work that they need to do for themselves. Hopefully. I'm on my way to you. So this could be someone who feels like they need to have a conversation with you in person. Maybe they feel like you would just ignore them if they tried to call or tried to text. And they feel like you deserve better than them. Aw, thank you, Tiana. Would you like me to answer a question for you or pull some cards? You let me know. Yes, exactly. What else do we have? I'm ready for commitment. Your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in. I think they're going to use some compliments here or even some straight up love bombing to try to get back into your energy after you've already realized this is something you need to walk away from. They want to apologize. The problem here is I feel like they're very much so looking at it as I need this to happen so that I could get access back to you. It's not so much I understand that the only way I get access to you is if I really do the work. Just kind of feels like somebody who's a little bit upset, well, I guess maybe obsessed, upset that you walked away so easily. I do think that they're used to being the person who makes those decisions, right? No, I think I need a little bit of space, or, you know, I miss you. Let's talk, that kind of thing. Okay, sounds good. Crazy dreams, huh? Do you write them down? That might be helpful. Oh, it was about past? Really? Maybe I should put her down on the table. So we have pretending, escapade, and plugged. Fake, living beyond means, vacation, hideaway, adventure, and tuned in, internet connected. See, I think this person is just pretending that they're going to treat you better because they feel like you're going to like actually walk away and start some new life without them. And they're desperate to maintain some connection to you. I think they're just going to like straight up lie about how they feel or how they have changed or what they've been working on or even whether or not they're sorry. Okay, so remember we had the I'm on my way to you card? I don't think it was a tease. I think this is really somebody who feels like they need to just show up randomly because otherwise they might not actually get to be able to have that conversation. Yeah, I think it does help. And then we have hamster wheel. Surviving daily hustle. If this person impacted your finances negatively because they were extremely irresponsible with their finances, you, I think, would pretty readily realize that your budgeting and your finances are much easier without having to accommodate for this person's struggles, right? And they don't really like that you're walking away from that. They would appreciate you just like solving all of those problems for them. Hello, Randy. How are you doing? What else do we have? Cuffing season. Single and ready to mingle. Ready for a relationship. We really had the I'm ready to commit card. But this person is overindulging. This person's doing too much. I think you're going to get a little turned off by them. It's like they go 0 to 60. It's like, well, you used to be like a problem. That's why I decided to walk away. You know, tried to push me away, or you wanted me to feel like things weren't really on track. And then when I decide to break up or when I decide to walk away, now you want to like make things better for me. Now you want to show me that you like don't want me to go. This, especially if it's a job situation and you ask for a raise and then you go and you find a new job that's actually going to pay you your worth. If your current employer offers to then give you a raise, don't do it. Take the new job. Do you want to know why? The high percentage of those employers who say, okay, fine, we'll give you a raise now, just please, please, please don't leave. Within 1 year, you will not be working there. Because you're probably already not happy. They're already worried you're going to leave. Take the new job. That's just my opinion. -7? That sounds awful, Lotus. Are you okay? I'm not even ice fishing. Yeah, I think that's understandable. That makes me want to watch Grumpy Old Men. What did I do with that? Okay, so we have, oh Lord, we got the Kinky Ways card. Looking to explore. Okay, so this is somebody who's thirsty and they miss that you've left, okay? Now, if this is a non-relationship, like non-romantic connection, this is somebody who feels like you would have been able to do something that they wanted, or they literally have a crush on you and you don't realize it. But I do feel like we have some not so great intentions, namely someone who is thirsty. And so they might be love bombing you. And that's not going to work on you, is it? Nope, you're too smart for that. Especially when there's this good opportunity for you to start a new chapter. This is a lucky break that is meant to help you get away from the gossipy, toxic people that you're currently dealing with. You deserve better. All right. Did I say hello to Rick? Hello, Rick. So we have my boo. Official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. This is someone who may try to tell you, I'm ready for that commitment now. I know I didn't seem like I was before, but thinking that I might lose you has got me in a headspace where I realize I really do want to be with you. Maybe. But are they going to be faithful? If they say that and they ask you to please be like their boyfriend or girlfriend and you immediately said, do you think you could be faithful in a relationship like that? What kind of facial reaction do you think they would have? Do you think it would look like they were being honest? I feel like this is someone who wants to lie to you that they're ready to be in a relationship or that they want to be faithful. And it's not about that at all. It's, I don't want you to walk away. I don't want you to make my finances more difficult. I would like you to stay right here, please, and do the things that make my life easier instead of leaving. Yeah, exactly. Good call, Sats. All right, I'm going to switch over to those personal questions. Let's see what we get as far as advice regarding the new Sagittarius that Zach just started chatting with. What advice do we have regarding the new Sagittarius? We have the Hermit, the Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Three of Swords. I do feel like there's something with regards to a heartbreak or a betrayal that is still bothersome to this person. Six of Swords in reverse, Three of Swords means there could be an obstacle or like a bump in the road for your relationship because this person still hasn't forgiven or let go of something from their past. They may feel like they have addressed this, but I think there's going to be a discussion or a situation that makes it pretty obvious that they have not addressed that situation or those feelings. This is going to be something that would cause an argument. Knight of Wands in the reverse, maybe even jealousy. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Yes, this is unhealed energy that prevents your Sagittarius from really investing the way that they should. So this is saying maybe like get to know this person, but don't be expecting like a long-term relationship right out the gate. They might have some insecurity they need to work through pertaining to a previous relationship. Even though they might be really excited about finding a potential 10 of cups with you, they could see things being really happy with you long-term. It's like out of sight for them right now, but it's still there. They still need to heal those things or let go of that thing from the past. It's true. Hello, Seven. How are you doing? That's true. You do need to make sure that you keep grounded. So good luck with that, Zats. I think that timing is a big factor, and you may find that a time in the near future works out really well with the Sagittarius. All right, let's see what we have for Bestie Tiana's dream. We had a dream about, oh, good Lord, I almost knocked over everything, you guys, about Bast. I have a tattoo, but you know, it's the long sleeve shirt kind of situation, so that doesn't seem like a good use of my time. All right, what does Tiana need to know about the crazy dream she had about Bast, please? Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse. Five of Wands, King of Wands, Two of Pentacles. I feel like you are overly optimistic or unwilling to be realistic about an argument or a problem that could escalate. This could be within like the workplace, or this could be a sense of obligation that someone has in a friendship. But I feel like we have tempers kind of flaring, or some sort of argument that begins, and you feel like it's not that big of a deal. You might joke about it, or you might not be as like, right, pulled together. This is saying you really need to like, I heard zip it, don't hate me. But there's maybe other people are arguing and you want to like pipe up because you feel like you can help them like resolve. So the other thing is Bast is the goddess of protection. This could be specific to home. So it could also be pertaining to a neighbor as opposed to a coworker. But I do feel like the advice is to be very positive or considerate, compassionate in how you speak regarding whatever situation the dream was about. It's trying to warn you that there could be a loss, and you may not expect that. So your words may be more powerful than you realize. Hey, Lemonade, how are you doing? Hello, Holly. Anything else for Tiana? Queen of Wands, you have very powerful energy right now, Tiana. That's part of why you need to be very cautious of your words. You know, yeah, just make sure you appreciate how much weight they carry. Okay, so I think I saw Holly asking about a love that is not unhealthy coming in. I'm going to ask if that is true. You're asking if I can identify the sign, but I don't want to muddy the waters there. It could be that there's more than one, and what if you reject one because it's not the one that I tell you? All right, so is there a healthy love interest for Holly in the near future? Not in the near future. I feel like there's some timing issue right now. I feel like this is about 6 months out. We have Justice and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely some additional time. There's some decision that you need to make before this new love interest can enter your life. So this could be about making sure that you have everything figured out to support a healthy relationship in your life. There could be somebody that you need to have stricter boundaries with, or there could be somebody that you need to block. And that could be the sign to the universe that you're ready for this new love interest. But as of right now with the Knight of Cups, I feel like you're sitting here waiting and wondering, and it's like, no, you still have to like push the button. You know, have you ever been at the grocery store and you're like, why? It has my card, why isn't it processing it? And then the cashier is like, oh, silly me. And then it starts to process it. You have to press that button. You have to make this decision or make very clear that somebody is not your person, or you've learned this lesson from the past. It could even be as simple as you need to forgive someone from your past and really let that go. But as of right now, there's a block, and it's something that you can remove. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's very important to not go back to old flings or not go back to old ways. And like I said, there could be somebody you need to block or no longer associate with, right? That's true. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and thank you for the subscribes. If you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. I will see you on the next reading. Oh, thank you, Lemonade. I appreciate that. Toodles.